We're going to look at specific type of factoring. We've talked about this type of factoring in the past, and it's a difference of squares, meaning that we have a perfect square and another perfect square, and in the middle we have a subtraction sign. When we break this down, we're really looking for numbers that multiply together to get -16 and add together to get 0, which are positive and -4. When we put that into our factors, we have an x at the front of each factor, and then our 4 and -4 go at the back of each factor. We get a 0 when we FOIL because we end up multiplying together 4x and -4x, which cancel each other out. A difference of perfect square is always identical at the front, so x and x, identical at the back of the factor, 4 and 4, and the only difference is that one sign is positive and one sign is negative. The next question we're looking at, is 4y squared a perfect square? It is. If you take the square root of it, you get 2y. If you take the square root of 9, you get 3. So this is a difference of perfect squares. So that means that they have to be identical, where one is positive and one is negative. If you want to double check your work, go ahead and FOIL. 2y times 2y is 4y squared, outer -6y, inner +6y, and last -9. Then we're back to the original question, so that means that our factoring is done properly. So in general, you're looking at taking the square root. So we have a and b. They go at the front and back of each parentheses, and then we have opposite signs. So what if the question gets a little bit more complicated? And we have an exponent of 4 and an exponent of 6. So what you want to do is you want to rewrite these so they are perfect squares. So I'm going to change this to be a difference of perfect squares by setting up my parentheses. Now I need to write something inside of each parentheses that is equivalent to what's in the original question. So I'm going to write a 3 here because 3 squared is 9. And I'm going to write an x squared because my exponent property says that when I have an exponent raised to another exponent, we multiply those numbers together. So that means that I've taken 9x to the 4th and I've rewritten it to be a perfect square. That way I can use my general formula for actually factoring. Then I'm going to take 16y cubed, y to the 6. So I have 4, because 4 squared is 16, and y cubed, because if I multiply the exponent of 3 and the exponent of 2 together, I get the 6, which is in the original question. So the formula is a squared minus b squared, and that simplifies to be a minus b, a plus b. So if this is a and this is b, in order to factor them, I'll put 3x squared at the front of each parentheses. I'll put 4y cubed at the back of each parentheses, and then my signs need to be opposite, positive and negative. And it doesn't matter which one comes first, the positive or the negative.